Okay, let's dive into this. We're talking ancient Babylon, right? About 539 BC.
Yeah, and the scene is pretty wild. King Belshazzar's throwing this huge, decadent party.
Right, for like 1,000 nobles. And the really shocking part, he's using the sacred gold and silver vessels, the ones taken from the Jerusalem temple years before.
Exactly. Just total arrogance. They're drinking, partying. It almost seems like they've forgotten the Medes and Persians are literally outside the city walls.
And then, bam, everything stops. This hand just appears out of nowhere.
A disembodied hand, yeah. Starts writing on the wall. Can you imagine?
No. The description says the king just crumbles, pale, shaking, can't even move his legs, utter terror.
And that initial horror, it's telling. It's like this supernatural break in the timeline. He knows deep down this isn't good, even before anyone can figure out the message.
Because nobody could. Right, not the wise men, not the astrologers.
Nope, they couldn't read the Aramaic script. So that's our mission today, really, to decode those 4 words. Mene Mene Tekel Upharsin.
And to explore Daniel's interpretation, which wasn't just an interpretation, it was, well, it sealed the king's fate.
And maybe he holds a message for us, too. But first, the words themselves. They actually had a pretty mundane meaning originally.
Oh, right. I remember reading this. They were like units of currency or weight.
Exactly. Simple Aramaic nouns. Mene was a mina, tekel a shekel, and upharsin relates to like a half unit or something being split or divided. Parsin means parts or divisions.
Just weights and measures. But Daniel, he saw something completely different. He read them as verbs, as a judgment.
Precisely. He shifts the whole meaning. Let's break down what he said.
Okay, so the first word repeated. Mene Mene. What did Daniel make of that?
He said it meant God has numbered your kingdom's days. It's finished, counted, done.
And the repetition, did that mean anything specific, like God was counting carefully?
Yeah, the sources suggest it implies great patience maybe, but also rigorous accounting. God has counted and checked the count, and the time is up, no more extension.
Okay, numbered and finished. Then comes Tekel.
Daniel translates Tekel as, you have been weighed on the scales.
Weighed, like the currency.
Right, weighed like the currency, but this time it's about worth, about character, and the verdict. Found lacking, utterly deficient, not meeting the standard.
Wow. Weighed and found wanting. That's harsh. And the last word, Upharsin. Or Daniel might have read it as parson.
Yeah, Upharsin can mean, and they are dividing, while parson means divisions or Persians, Daniel announced. Your kingdom is divided. Split up.
Split. Like the half shekel idea, maybe.
Sort of, but more like shattered, broken apart, and then the punchline, and given to the Medes and Persians.
Ah, there's the wordplay. Parsons sounding like Persians. That's brilliant and terrifying.
It really is. And the fulfillment, it wasn't symbolic. It wasn't years later.
It was immediate, wasn't it?
That same night. The text says Belshazzar was killed, Darius the Mede took the kingdom, done. Swift, total, confirming God's sovereignty over history.
Okay, so that's the historical event. Incredible story. But the sources we looked at really argue this isn't just ancient history. This Mene Mene Tekel, it applies more broadly.
That's the core theological point, isn't it? If God subjects nations, kings, to this kind of counting and weighing.
Then what about us? Individually, where do we stand on those scales?
Well, measured against God's perfect standard, the unavoidable truth is we're all Mene Mene Tekel. We're all counted. We're all weighed.
And we all come up short, found lacking.
Exactly. Utterly deficient and deserving, logically, of the Barson part, the division, the judgment, being broken apart. We can't, fix the scales ourselves.
Okay, hold on. If that's true for everyone, I mean, isn't that just hopeless, utter despair?
It would be. Except for the turning point. The sources make it clear Jesus becomes the Barson for us.
He takes the division, the splitting.
Yes. The judgment, the separation from God that we deserved because we were found lacking, it was all poured onto him on the cross. It's described as this incredibly expensive grace.
Expensive because it cost God's own son.
Right. And the result is our scales get reset. Not because we suddenly weigh enough, but because the full price for our deficiency, our tekel, was paid by him.
So the judgment falls on him.
Yeah.
And we get grace instead, a fresh start.
A completely fresh start, the debt cleared.
Okay. So if you've received that, this expensive grace, this reset, how are you supposed to live then? It can't just be get out of jail free, right?
No, absolutely not. The sources really push this. We need to actively keep Mene Tekel in mind. Not in fear now, but with maybe gratitude and awareness.
And awareness that we're still being, in a sense, counted and weighed, But the outcome is secured by grace.
Exactly. And that awareness demands a response. It means taking a hard look at where we do still fall short, and confessing that.
So it's not about pretending we're perfect now.
Not at all. It's about honesty. And then it's about concrete action, making specific changes, maybe tackling a specific sin pattern, or taking a concrete step to serve someone, or finally forgiving someone.
Making the grace real in how we actually live.
Yes. The grace received demands a fitting response, real change, not just good intentions.
So the final thought then, for you listening. What's the specific writing on the wall in your life right now? That little nudge from your conscience, maybe?
Yeah.
That health scare, that moment of clarity, that relationship that needs mending.
What is God maybe highlighting for you? Where are the scales showing a deficit?
And knowing about the expensive grace of the cross, what's your immediate concrete response going to be this week?
Yeah.
How will you let the reality of the counting, the weighing, and the division Jesus took? How will that change your very next decision? Something to really reflect on.